One of the biggest frustrations as an entrepreneur and an insurance agency owner is finding yourself doing things you know you should not be doing. You should be doing those bigger cases, the marketing plan, the networking with influencers, whatever it might be, and you find yourself fixing a retention problem or putting out a fire or whatever it might be. One of the most important things you do as an owner is to figure out what are you going to assign next, and specifically, who are you going to hire next to take care of that? I found you can do this with a simple process. The first thing is to list your 3 highest impact and highest income activities. Those are the things you want to be doing most of the time. For many insurance agency owners, those are things like working on big cases, conducting conversations about clients' goals and dreams and future and retirement and estate planning and those sort of things. It might be connecting with centers of influence or networking with people or taking out prospective clients to lunch or golfing with them or different social things like that. As long as you are spending the majority of your time doing these activities, it will almost kind of burn you out from doing the other things, and you'll by default end up delegating those lower income, lower impact activities, which is what we want most. But ultimately, if we don't hire somebody to take care of those, they're still going to end up falling on you. So what you want to do is, once you've made your list of your 3 highest impact, highest income activities, then make a list of everything that you hate that could be delegated. So this is so important. A lot of owners and entrepreneurs discount their feelings about certain activities. Very often those feelings give you a sense of what you're horrible at, what you lose energy from doing, and what just brings you down. You don't need to be a hero. You don't need to do everything. You probably are horrible at a lot of tasks, and that's frigging awesome if you're clear about it and if you're okay with that. We don't need you to know everything and be everything and do everything. So you make a list of the things you hate, and this becomes a starting point and a checklist of all the things you eventually want to get off your plate and eventually have nothing to do with. That's part of what it means to be a business owner. From there, what we want to do, assign the tasks you already pay for. So take that list you created of things you don't want to be doing, that you hate doing, and first find out what are the things you're already paying for, but somebody's not doing them. And it doesn't mean you have to get mad at them. It might be that you didn't train them well enough. It might mean you need to create a standard operating procedure. It might mean you need to be more clear with them that this is something that they need to do as opposed to you. Very often when we're training people, we help them with certain things, and we might have never cut the cord to let them do it on their own. And then there'll still be some things on your list that you don't want to do or you hate doing, but you haven't already assigned to somebody. Put a dollar amount on them, put a bounty on them, and tell your team members, here's some things that I don't like doing, I want you to do, and if you can do them to this certain standard in this way, I will pay you this extra bonus. Now, technically, you don't have to put a bonus on it. If you find somebody is underworked, they don't have enough on their plate, it might be as simple as that. But sometimes if it's really important, putting that bounty on it makes it to where somebody really wants to take over that for you and do it at a high level. You were probably holding on to it for a reason. Maybe that reason is because you're concerned that it's not done in a great way. And so when you put a little bit of extra money on it, does not need to be a huge amount, it creates that sense of accountability. And it also clarifies that you're only paying for it if it gets done properly. That's one of the best ways to let go of the things you hate doing. You're already doing. It's called hiring employees. You're paying people to deal with stuff you don't want to do. We're just going to make a list of that and make sure they're doing that. And then from there, the other thing you want to do to make sure you're getting the best out of your team, clarify each of your team members' top 3 responsibilities and activities. So we want to make sure that we know your top 3, and then from there, go to your next person. What are their top 3 things that you want them doing that if things go sideways, you know they're the person accountable for it? For example, if I own an airline and somebody's a pilot, I know the pilot's job is to launch the plane, to fly the plane, and land the plane. That's their job. Those 3 things, if something goes wrong with them, I need to make sure that I talk to that person. I don't need to go to the flight attendant or the baggage claim person for those things. And then finally, Create your next job posting off of the list of activities that you've been unable to delegate or put a bounty on and get somebody else to do. So the next hire can be so simple. It really starts with looking at what is it that you should not be dealing with or that you hate dealing with that you know is that lower impact, lower income, lower dollar per hour work that somewhere out there, somebody who's really just dying for employment and wanting to do the stuff that you need done would do that in an excited way. That person could be full-time, they might be part-time, there might even be companies that specialize in those things, and so you don't have to hire somebody. For example, I don't hire as an employee the person that mows our lawn. That's contract type work. So overall, we want to make sure you're doing your absolute 3 best things. You're listing everything else you hate doing, giving that to existing team members if it's already on their list of things to do. And if it's not, putting a bounty on it so that they want to take that from you. Clarifying your team members' top 3 responsibilities, and then create that next job posting based on what you don't want to deal with and what still needs to be done. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions in this at all, please let me know. As always, look forward to helping you create greater impact and income and less time doing what you do best so you can fully enjoy your family, your friends, your freedom, and your life. Thanks for listening.